The alchemist. Ben Jonson's other name was Benjamin. Jonson was a posthumous child. A bricklayer is the stepfather of Jonson. Jonson has become an actor in London. Every Man in His Humour, 1598, is the first play of Ben Jonson. The case is altered in another play produced in 1598. A duel with a fellow actor did Jonson come to the public notice. In the duel, the fellow actor was killed by Jonson. By pleading the benefit of the clergy, was Jonson liberated from the crime. Every Man Out of His Humour, 1600, is the less popular comedy of Jonson. Cynthia's Revels is the outer play produced in 1600. Every Man in His Humour and Cynthia's Revels, work of Jonson, mark the opening of stage war. Every Man Out of His Humour. Jonson returned the attack with Poetaster, 1610. The work Poetaster, 1601. The war ended in 1602. Sejanus, 1603, is the first and greater tragedy of Jonson. Eastward Ho, play of Jonson, reference to the Scots is made. Eastward Ho is the play of Jonson, had reference of the Scots. Jonson was imprisoned for this result of referring Scots in his play Eastward Ho. Jonson took part in the Esquires of Gunpowder Plot. Alchemist was produced in 1610. Oh, rare Ben Jonson is the inscription of the tomb of Jonson. Jonson had an attachment to wine. The Alchemist is the supreme masterpiece in the comedies of Jonson. The Alchemist was published in 1612. Mostellaria by Plotinus. Mostellaria by Plotinus is the source of the plot of Alchemist. Mostellaria by Plotinus. To show an image of times with human follies is the purpose of the Alchemist. Through the Alchemist, Jonson satirizes for Puritans. The Puritans are satisfied for the greed and their desire to get power. Subtle is the alchemist. Face is the servant of Subtle. Subtle and Face are identified with Dee and Kelly. Hathaway has pointed out that Subtle and Face are identified to Simon and Foreman. Subtle and Face and Dolcomen are the partners of Alchemist. A lawyer's clerk is dapper. The philosopher's stone is the discovery of the alchemist. It can turn anything into gold. A spirit to win his gambling is the purpose of the dapper's visit. Aunt of Fairy is the aunt of Subtle. Dapper should put vinegar in his mouth, nose and ears to see the aunt of Fairy. A tobacco man is drugger. To know the ways of building the new shop, for what drugger approached Subtle. A knight is Epicure Mammon. Surley is the friend of Epicure Mammon. Surley is a gamester. Epicure Mammon is elated to possess the philosopher's stone. A bawd's house. Surley comments that the house is a bawd's house. Dolcomen is introduced to Mammon as a lord's sister. Captain Face desires to meet Surley. Captain and Surley meet in Temple Church. Ananias is the deacon in the play, Deacon. Tribulation Wholesome is the master of Ananias. Ananias and Tribulation Wholesome both are Puritans. Ananias and his master Tribulation Wholesome deal with widows and orphans' goods. Subtle is using the orphans' goods to make medicine. Rooting out bishops is the purpose of Ananias' visit. Rooting out bishops. Drugger is interested in a rich young widow. Drugger promises to bring damask and tobacco, DAMASK, damask and tobacco. Tribulation hopes to establish Puritanism in England. Tribulation has to hire soldiers and bright magistrates. Ananias doubts that the holy purpose should be accomplished by unholy means. Establishment of Puritanism is the holy purpose. Using philosopher's stone is the unholy means. Castrel. Drugger brought the young gentleman named Castrel. Castrel is interested in quarreling. Subtle disguised himself as a priest or friar. Subtle offers Dapper a strip of cloth. The cloth is a present from Fairy Queen. Dapper has a gingerbread in his mouth. Dame Pliant is the widow sister of angry Castrel. Surley disguised himself as the Spanish Count. Surley is the savior of Dame Pliant. Surley proposes his love for Dame Pliant. Subtle attempts to pick Surley's pocket. Surley strikes him down is the result of his attempt. Jeremy is the true character of Face. Jeremy is the servant of the house owner. The house owner is Lovett. Lovett waits outside the house with 40 neighbors. The plan of scoundrels is to shift to Ratcliffe. Jeremy is a butler, that is Face. Another name of Face is Lungs. Subtle is the Bardway doctor, Bawdy, B-A-W-D-Y, body doctor. During the absence of Lovett, the house is given to the doctor and captain, that is Face and Subtle. Castrel offers his sister for £500. The Alchemist is a play of intrigue. Jonson is notable for the blend of satire and comedy. Ananias and Tribulation Wholesome are the Puritans in the play. Pertinax Surley is the full name of Surley. Tribulation is the pastor of Amsterdam. Castrel is the angry boy in the play. London is the locale of the play. Alchemist is recognized as the best constructed play of Ben Jonson. Thank you.